sure as the flame in this oil lamp will die when the oil runs out, the romantic relationship that you're in, that exciting person that you met, and how great things are in the beginning, the honeymoon phase or whatever you want to call it, it will end. All relationships of the romantic nature will end. There are no exceptions to this rule. It's because it's very simple. It's because there are two kinds of love. There is real love, blood love, love that your very close relatives feel for you and you feel for them. Sibling love, your motherly love, the most pure love there is, whether we're talking about human beings or animals. And actually it's even more pure in animals. You can see, I saw a documentary where a group of antelopes were walking along the river, and the baby antelope suddenly strayed and moved towards the river and into the river, and as soon as it entered the river, a powerful alligator was swimming towards it to eat it. So the mother runs between the alligator and the antelope. This is just natural motherly love instinct. The mother jumps into the water between her child, her little antelope, and the alligator, and naturally the alligator devours the mother, and the young antelope, seeing all the commotion, gets naturally scared to death and runs back into the land and joins the herd of the other antelopes. Back to the subject of this video, the dying nature of romantic love, because it's not really love. We call it love, but romantic love is basically a transactional deal. A woman gets with a man and a man gets with a woman because of what they are, what they hope to get out of each other. And the solid proof of that is that when, like in a scientific test, you know how you test something to prove a theory, the solid proof of the fact that romantic love isn't love and it's 100% transactional is that when that thing that they are wanting to get, that reason that they got into the relationship in the first place for, is taken away, the relationship dies. Like if you take away the oil out of this lamp. This is why you see women that you're in a very tight relationship with, in a very, very strong relationship in your mind. As soon as she feels that she's not going to get what she wants out of this relationship, and it's not personal. It's not personal at all, because the person that she leaves you for, she feels exactly the same way about. If that person turns out to not give her what she's hoping to get, she'll leave him without a second thought, because it's what they want. It's what they're hoping to get out of a relationship that is their solid, most important reason to getting into one. It's not about love. She doesn't care about your well-being. She doesn't care if you get sick. Only because you're sick you can't work and you can't produce the things that she wants. You can't continue providing. And it's both ways. A friend of mine who's an older gentleman one time told me that if the woman you're with could not have sex, if she didn't have a sexual organ, would you still be with her? Well, yeah, maybe you'll be with her because you feel sorry for her and you know, she's alone and you just feel bad about leaving her and everything. But you have your needs like any other normal, healthy man. You have to go elsewhere. And is that because you dislike her or that you have something against her? No, it's because the transaction has suddenly become one way. And this is why You have to understand. And you know how they say, the truth shall make you free. This truth will make you free. If you understand that romantic relationship is 100% transactional 100% of the times, then when it ends, you won't feel as bad. You understand why it started, you understand why it ended. To every beginning there is an end. And that's very much true with the romantic relationships, and they will all end. We've talked about this before, but some people might say, well, how is it that two people stay together for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, all their lives? Well, that romance and passion died long ago. Now they're just staying together because, first of all, because they're getting what they want out of the relationship, and they don't believe they can go out and find somebody else. If they thought they could, they would. And the pain of turning everything upside down and disrupting the comfort zone that they're in is higher than the pain of staying and suffering. That's why people stay. There are marriages, they say there are 55% of the marriages end in divorce. Well, 95% of the marriages are pretty much unhappy and unsatisfactory, but people stay in them. They stay and suffer because the alternative is even worse. So, point of this, if you haven't gotten it already, is that don't feel bad when romantic relationships end, because it was never personal. Just like a company that hires you, and then fires you, and then you're pissed off. Well, they never hired you because they loved you, and they never fired you because they no longer love you or hate you. They just don't need you anymore. And a woman that leaves you, she just doesn't need you anymore. You cannot give her what she wants. Be it money, which is, security, which is most of the time the case, or you're boring. You don't excite her anymore. She feels like time is passing her by and she wants to try something new. Economics play a large role in this, meaning in other countries, in 90% of the world, when a woman is dependent on the man, she wouldn't even think about leaving because she doesn't have alternatives. She doesn't have economic opportunities, so women just stay. Even if they know that you've got 3 other mistresses, they stay because they don't have a choice. They say, well, he's taking care of me. Kind of like, imagine if the divorce in the US, in the West, the divorce laws were taken away. What do they call those women that go out with the basketball players? Some of them know that he's playing around with other women, but since they're the primary, they stay. Now, they end up divorcing and whatever at some point, the ones that do, because of the divorce laws in the West. But if those divorce laws were not in effect, if they told the woman that, yeah, you're living in a $20 million home, with all the perks that comes with being married to a basketball player, but once you divorce, you're got your baggage and you're out that night. How many of them do you think would even think of divorcing? I'll tell you, 0%. They would stay and suffer gladly, and they'll be happy for it. Happy for the privilege. So when you take those facts with a capital F into consideration, you realize economics play a big role in it. As always, gentlemen, I hope this has been helpful. And this works both ways. But this is more geared towards men. I hope this helps you. If you're in that situation where you've lost a love and you're asking, how could this happen? We were so tight, we were so close. It's not personal. It's all about having your needs met, and it's all about the offer on the table. Once that offer on the table is no longer attractive, or you stop delivering, she's gone. All the best till the next video.